Please sit down.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're all very welcome to the membership conferring ceremony here today at our home, number 6 Kildare Street. Welcome to all our new members and their guests. Today we will be conferring 57 new members from 10 different nationalities, and we're delighted to meet you all here today. This building captures and nurtures our heritage. Our Heritage Centre has attained museum status, the first medical museum in Ireland, an award that recognises our dedication to caring for our collection to the highest standards. And we have ambitious plans to grow our museum and to open our rich heritage and medical history increasingly to all of you, to the public and a wider audience. All around you here, there are portraits, sculptures, and items that reflect our central role in the history of medicine in Ireland, and indeed the history of Ireland and abroad. Today, you join the ranks and join all of us on our lifelong journey and career through medicine. It's an exciting time in your careers, and one that you have earned through your hard work, your determination, and dedication, as well as the support of those, your guests, here with you today, and well done. And now, before declaring the ceremony of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland open, may I introduce the platform party. I'd firstly like to introduce Dr. Junad Awan, who is the BST General Internal Medicine Representative of the MRCPI Trainees Committee. Professor Mary Higgins is chair of our Exams Committee. Dr. Ona Curran, who's Associate Dean of Examinations, Faculty of Paediatrics. Dr. Diarmuid O'Shea, President of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland. And Professor Anthony O'Regan, Dean of the Institute of Medicine. And I'm Dr. Joan Power, Vice President of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland. This is a meeting of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland for the purpose of conferring membership, which I now declare open. With your permission, President, I will now proceed with the conferring ceremony.
Please proceed.
Before we formally admit you all as members, I now call on Dr. Awan, our BST General Internal Medicine Representative on the MRCPI Training Committee, to address you.
Thank you, President, fellows and members. As a member of Trainees Committee of the MRCPI, it is my duty and privilege to represent you and to work on your behalf with the college to try to improve the quality of medical education and training we receive. It is with sincere pleasure that I am here today to congratulate you on the massive achievement of succeeding in gaining membership of this college. I'm mindful of the hours, months, and years of hard work you have put into this day, of the sacrifices you have made, both personal and financial, to reach this goal. You have made no small effort, and today your efforts have paid off, and you should be justly proud. As members of the MRCPI, you have distinguished yourselves as the brightest and the best physicians of your generation. You stand apart as the group of doctors who will lead the profession for the generations to come. We are at a turning point in how healthcare will be delivered to the people of Ireland, and all of you graduating today will have a command and responsibility for how our profession evolves in serving the needs of the citizens of this country at the most vulnerable points in their lives. Your graduation today leads you one step closer to specialization in the field of your interest and towards being a leader within the healthcare service. It marks a significant milestone in your career progression and your success. It also signifies a new responsibility you have to your fellow doctors, particularly your younger colleagues. A responsibility to use the talents and skills you have proven through challenge and adversity to teach and to guide your interns and SHOs and to ensure they achieve and maintain the same high standards of clinical and academic excellence that you yourselves have demonstrated. I'm also mindful that no one who passes these exams does so without a modicum of help. And I'm delighted to see that so many of you have friends and family members here today. The support has got you here, and I'm glad that they can rejoice and share in your success. My own exams are not so long ago that I've forgotten the often complex relationship with a college that the experience can foster. The path of success is never easy, but through your diligence, hard work, and professionalism, you have prevailed. Finally, now your exams are over, you no doubt have some spare time on your hands. It is important to use this period to take stock of your achievement and to think what direction you would like your career to take. With that bit of extra time, I would also invite you and encourage you to join us in the Trainees Committee in working with the college to bring about positive changes that will benefit you and benefit the doctors who follow in your footsteps. I'm sure over your engagement so far with the RCPI, you will have seen things that we could do better. And now that you have both the insight and authority, I really urge you all to work with me to keep making this college a better and better place for trainees, so we can be proud to be members of this noble institution. Proud of the fact that we can be part of receiving and providing world-class medical training. Proud of the fact that we will always strive for better, and proud of the fact that we in this room are constantly working to safeguard the healthcare of the people of Ireland. Thank you so much, and congratulations once again.
Thank you, Dr. Owen, for your address and your work as trainee representative and your encouraging of the value of fresh eyes for us as a college to have new people with their fresh eyes and fresh insight into how we can improve what we do. So I will now ask all the licentiates and members to stand and to read with me the declaration for membership. I would ask you to use your name in that, please. I do hereby solemnly and sincerely promise that I will observe and obey the statutes, bylaws and regulations of this college relating to members, and will submit to such penalties as may be lawfully imposed for any neglect or infringement of them, including the erasure of my name from the list of members and the surrender of my diploma of membership received from the college. I further promise and declare that I will do the best of my ability all things in the practice of my profession, for the honour of the college and the good of the public. I further promise and declare that I will not keep open shop for the sale of medicines or endeavour to obtain practice or to attract public notice by any unworthy means. Nor will I either permit or sanction the use of my name by any other person for such purpose, or in connection with any secret remedy, and in the case of any doubt relative to the true meaning of this engagement, I promise to submit to the judgment of the College. I now call upon the President, Dr. Diarmuid O'Shea, to formally admit the new members of the College to membership.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as President, I hereby admit you collectively as licentiates and members of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland. Congratulations to all of you.
Congratulations to all our new members, and you may all be seated. I now ask each new member in turn to come forward and receive your parchment from the President as your name is called. Ala Abdallah Eknard Abdallah, Paediatrics. Roa Adwala Ibrahim Ahmed, General Medicine. Faria Ali, General Medicine. Sophie Buckley, General Medicine. Sarah Caitlin Cavalieri, Paediatrics. Maria Katrina Coleman, General Medicine. Natalie Coyle, Paediatrics. Aoife Mary Cunningham, General Medicine. Ruth Ann Cusack, General Medicine. Sarah El Zubair El Hassan, General Medicine. Fada Farouk, General Medicine. Deirdre Catherine Flannery McDermott, General Medicine. Ala Abdallah El Safi Gubertala, General Medicine. Donal Eamon Keating, General Medicine. Azar Nawaz Khan, General Medicine. Gour Ali Khan, Paediatrics. Mohammed Adnan Khan, General Medicine. Niamh Elizabeth MacDonald, General Medicine. Elliot James Morgan, General Medicine. Warda Nakwi, General Medicine. Rizwana Niaz, Obstetrics and Gynecology. Aidan O'Byrne, General Medicine. Ciara O'Flaherty, General Medicine. Azan Rasool, General Medicine. Adil Shabir, General Medicine. El Mubarak Mohammed Yagoub Ishik Shaddad, Paediatrics. Anum Shumail, Paediatrics. Bushra Sulman, Pediatrics. Caroline Uribe, Obstetrics and Gynecology. V. Vengad Asalam, General Medicine. Sania Wassam, General Medicine. Congratulations to all. I'm now calling on a representative of our new members to address you. It's one of our trainees of the college, Sarah Cavallari, and she's going to address you on behalf of the college.
Thank you, President, fellows, members, and friends and family. It is an enormous pleasure to join you here today, celebrating this major milestone in our careers. We are filled with gratitude and excitement today, and looking back on the incredible journey that has brought us to this moment. We could not have made it here without the unwavering support of our senior colleagues, our patients, our friends and family, and each other. Thank you firstly to the college, the fellows, and the members with whom we work. They are our registrars, our SPOs, and our consultants. You welcomed us to the wards way back when we were nervous medical students. You have taken time and care in teaching us not only the skills and information required to be a good doctor, but also provided guidance and mentorship to us in challenging times. To our patients, thank you for allowing us the privilege of hearing your story and showing us the meaning of courage and resilience. I don't know if any of you have ever been admitted to hospital. You might be familiar with the groups of doctors going from bed to bed like trick-or-treaters, looking for patients to study for the clinical exams. These patients allowed us to elicit their stories and elicit their reflexes, all the while too polite to ask why their doctors are still doing exams. To our friends and our families, you have been our anchors and our safe havens in the hectic life of an NCHD. From job to job and from hospital to hospital, you have cheered the loudest at even our tiny victories, and you always help to provide perspective during tough times. You have supported us through it all. And lastly, to each other, to our colleagues and now fellow members, it is to each other that we turn for a second pair of eyes with a tricky cannula, or to chat through a puzzling case, or just to have a tired cup of tea together at 4 a.m. in the res. It has been a team effort to get here today. We've shared study notes, exam tips, we've practiced at the bedside together. It's been a sometimes long, but always very enjoyable road together. So today it is important to reflect. We celebrate this major milestone, we consider our careers to date, and we acknowledge the challenges and the opportunities that lie ahead of us. Our health service is enduring a period of unprecedented difficulty, and at times we can be discouraged by this. But we must remember, however challenging, that we have enormous privilege as doctors and now as members of the college. In particular, we have had the luxury of studying and working in a safe space, while elsewhere in the world there is conflict and war. We must use our privilege as new members of the college and as more senior members of our team to promote compassion and understanding between each other and with our patients, especially during difficult times. We are today one step further along the road to completing our training and shaping the practice of our chosen field. We will strive to promote and maintain the standards of excellence that have characterised the college for 360 years. The college is its members. This is our college, and I am delighted to join it with you all today and to work with you all in the future to constantly safeguard the healthcare of the people of Ireland. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Dr. Cavallari. And it's now my pleasure to call on the President, Dr. Diarmuid O'Shea, to address you.
Fellows, members, new members, college officers, guests and friends, Tá fáilte I ceallaigh romh. It's my pleasure to welcome you here today. Congratulations to each of you on becoming a member of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland. Now, in truth, both Sarah and Junaid, on your behalf, and Joan, on behalf of the college, have said a lot of what I'm going to say, but if I didn't speak, you'd be gone early, and that wouldn't be a good thing. So some of it does bear repeating. Today is a real milestone in your career, and one you should be justly proud of. It is also a proud day for your families and friends and those who've supported you. The vision of this college is of a globally connected community of doctors improving people's health. And today, each one of you joins that community of doctors and a national and international network of close to 13,000 alumni working in Ireland and around the world. The reach of our members and our fellows is extensive, and it's something that we must tap into, harness and nurture. If you look at the portrait behind the seat that I was sitting in, staring down from you is a portrait of John Stern. And if he were alive today, he would be 399 years old. But in 1654, at the age of 30, he founded the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland. And he did that to promote training, the study of medicine, to improve medical care, and as a place for physicians to meet. So all still very relevant to us even today. And whether you realise it or not, you are now weaving yourself further into the fabric of this college, and both Sarah and Junaid have given you a sense of that. You're becoming a custodian of what the college was, what the college is, and what the college will do. And the contribution that each one of you will make to that mission in the years ahead will be vital. I clearly remember standing in the Graves Hall, this is the Corrigan Hall, and I clearly remember standing in the Graves Hall 35 years ago, back in 1988, when I got my membership. And I felt then it was a gateway to the rest of my career. And it was the first time that I actually really remember feeling that I had an opportunity and a responsibility to make a real career choice. And it was a fork in the road for me. And while it seemed daunting at the time, I also had a sense of real pride and achievement. And I hope you and your family have that too. So it sort of turns out I haven't travelled very far, really. 35 years later, I'm back here again, just down the corridor in the Corrigan Hall. And in the Graves Hall, when you're out there at the reception, you'll see 4 statues, and they were in that hall when I was there. And at the front of the hall, or at the back of the hall, is a guy called Robert Graves. Now, it might interest you to know that Robert Graves did much more than lend his name to a thyroid disease. He's actually the person credited with being responsible for second hands on watches, so that people could take a pulse. And also there, at the front of the hall, is Sir Dominic Corrigan. And he was much more than a pulse or a sign. So he's the Corrigan of Corrigan's Pulse and Corrigan Sign. And he too is a former president who arranged to buy this building for the cost of about, I think, £5,000 at the time in 1862. And both of these doctors were many things, including teachers, educators, researchers, and trainers. And 200 years ago, they taught doctors and colleagues that among the most important things and skills that were acquired were to be good listeners, to communicate well, and to treat everyone the same. So how apt and appropriate those qualities are today. Passing the membership is a really significant achievement for you. With your membership, you now join your professional family here in your college and around the world. And as you roam around your professional family home, that is 6 Kildare Street, you'll, among other portraits, see one of a paediatrician called Kathleen Lynn. Now, she was an extraordinary lady, and for the sake of time, I'm not going to go into her extraordinary history, but there's a book coming out about her that Harriet, sitting over in the corner there, is getting out later in the year. But she lived and worked by the credo of be brave, challenge conventional wisdom, but above all, collaborate and be collegial. So, to borrow Sarah's word, reflect on those qualities as your careers evolve. So weaving into your medical practice important values, and I'm sure you will come up with other values that are important, but values like compassion, openness, kindness, empathy, and understanding for your patient and each other will enable you make an important difference to the health and well-being of the patients you look after, the healthcare system you work in, and most importantly yourselves, or as importantly yourselves. Also, the skills, knowledge, friendships and networks that you develop during your training will be the foundation and launchpad for your future working lives. So nurture and value them. As your careers progress, you will lead innovation, you'll be advocating for best patient care and outcomes, and you'll be supporting each other on what at times will be challenging, but always fulfilling careers. Having the letters MRCPI after your name demonstrates that you've reached a standard of excellence that is trusted and recognised by employers around the world and should add to your self-confidence. Use the college to arm yourself with the tools to make you the outstanding doctors and leaders in your chosen specialty. And remember, armed with your degree, with your membership, and with your training, that the opportunities open to you are extraordinary, your potential limitless, and any boundaries only of your own making. I recognise a number of you here today, and I've had the pleasure of working with some of you, so bear with me if you've heard one or two of these stories before. But I'm a geriatrician, and I met a 98-year-old lady a few years ago, and a few weeks after I met her in the day hospital, she sent in a letter with a long poem in it, and it highlighted a number of different lines that she thought would resonate with me. And clearly, having read it, it needed more reflection. But one line that really stuck with me was, keep interested in your own career. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. So today, likewise, I encourage you to keep interested in your own career. And I invite you to become active participants in the future of training. Influence your own training. You heard Junaid talk about being on the trainees committee. You heard what Sarah said. Actively participate in improving the delivery of healthcare in Ireland and other countries around the world. We do have privileged careers, and remember that what you do every day makes a real difference to people's lives. So, after all of that, a few thank yous. I'd particularly like to thank the college staff. The college is here to support us throughout our career trajectories and lifelong learning. And we're very fortunate to have so many people who are dedicated, hugely professional, and always committed to the college's aims and aspirations. Many of you will have been in contact with some of them before today's ceremony and when you arrived, and I'm sure you'll have been struck by both their friendliness and their quiet efficiency. So on behalf of the members, the new members and the fellows, I'd like to thank our CEO, Audrey Houlihan, and her team for their continued and much appreciated work on our behalf. So thank you all. On the panel and platform here today, there are people representing the college to welcome you into the college, but also who've been doing the hard work while I've been just standing around listening to what's been done. So I'd specifically like to thank, and excuse me for who I leave out because I'll thank them as well at some stage when I get given out to, but I'd like to thank Lucy Ann Behan, who's the Director of Exams for the Institute of Medicine, and also Owen O'Caron, who's on the platform here for Paediatrics, Director of Exams, and Mary Higgins, who's on the platform as Director of Exams for Obstetrics and Gynecology, and also the conveners in each of those institutes and faculties, James Jameson, Cathy McHugh, Helen Chute, Niamh Lynch, Ngozi Okafor, Mark Hare, and Nick Purandari. So all of this doesn't happen without a lot of people doing a lot of work. So thank you to them as well. Now, both Junaid and Sarah have said this, and Joan said it as well, but coming to this point in your careers, you have needed all kinds of support. And those present with you at the ceremony today are all too aware of that commitment. The hard work, the hours of studies at night, the deferral of social life that is involved in getting to where you are. And it's made all the more impressive, if you think about it, that you've been doing this while you were doing busy clinical jobs. So I do hope you agree that it's worth it in the end. So perhaps the most important thank you of the evening I've left until last, and that's on your behalf. And it's the importance of recognising and thanking the commitments of your family and friends, those that are here today, those who couldn't make it here today, and those who are no longer with us. You are all very welcome, and on behalf of our new members and those of us here today representing our college, I sincerely thank each and every one of you and congratulate you by proxy. Thank you. So to our new members, the future of the college begins with you. You are the new generation of members, And I hope, as Sarah and Junaid pointed out, that you in due course will become fellows. Remember, there's a place here for each of you in the plans, the work and the heart of the college. You are needed for the fulfilment of the mission, which is providing the highest standard of care to patients and training the next generation of doctors. I hope you and your guests enjoy the rest of the day and appreciate your wonderful achievement. Cogardachas agus ganari live. Congrats.
And that completes the conferring ceremony for membership of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland. We would kindly ask guests to remain in the Corrigan Hall while the group photograph for new members takes place in the main entrance hall. And a reception will follow the group photograph in the Graves Hall. Thank you all very much.